rheumatism, arthritis, bursitis, gastritis, gout. You know, I'm so lucky to have Carol to take care of me during my few remaining years. I've got false teeth, you know. You want to see them?
Welcome back to the channel, guys. If you're new, welcome. My name is Mike, and today we are continuing the Carol Burnett Show, Part 8. 26, 27, and 28 are the episodes. It's been a while since I've sat down to actually record a batch of episodes of any kind, really. And I'm so excited to get back into the Carol Burnett Show. And basically, I continue the the show. And actually, as I say that, it's actually part 9. That tells you how long it's been, honestly, since I recorded the last batch of episodes. Because part 8 just went up a couple of days ago. So by the time you're seeing this, it'll have been a couple of days anyway. But anyway, guys, let's just hop right into those episodes. So let's start with episode 26.
On our show tonight, we're very happy to have that marvelous comedian from McHale's Navy, Tim Conway.
Tim Conway.
Just about the best singer to come down the pike in ages, Mr. Jack Jones.
I think I've heard Jack Jones before, but I'm not sure. But I'd have to double check on that. But Tim Conway, name sounds like something I should know, but I don't think I actually do know him.
Our orchestra leader is Harry Zimmerman.
I like the nod of kind of approval there.
You have something for me? Sure. Yeah, come on up.
Oh, I thought it was the girl with the glasses that had something for her.
What's your name?
Miss Swan.
Miss Swan?
Yeah.
From Nikki Marcus.
Yes,
can I open it now or should I
sure
wait?
Can. Go
Okay,
right
well,
ahead.
stay here now, Miss Swan.
Well, stay here.
Don't go away!
Yeah, don't go away. If it's a bomb, you guys want to go together. Or she wants you to go together. Carol, that is.
It's a tube. Oh! It's awful!
I actually do like the drawing, though. At first, I thought it was a mask, like a COVID mask, but it's actually her when she does, but I'm lost for words.
He says, have I ever kissed a man with a mustache and a beard before, and if so, did I like it? No, I haven't. You want to crack at it? I love it!
I love it. I was surprised that she even offered. I don't think a lot of people would do that today.
Well, gifts and kisses? Anybody else? No, lady, not you. Anybody have any questions they want to shoot at Tim? Where'd you get the bald head?
Actually, I'm not bald. I do have my own hair. It's home in a box. I could have brought if I'd known you were coming. I don't know. It just kind of came on me.
Just
From her.
Standing there eating soup one day and like, there's hair in there.
I like how he's always kind of fun.
Am I going to do another TV series? I don't think so. We were doing the last one, Rango, and a fellow from the network that we were doing it for came in and said, don't do this anymore.
I wonder if that's a good show, Ringo.
Roger was easygoing and tolerant, except occasionally when he was under pressure, and then just about everybody got on his nerves.
So we're starting with Carol and Sis, which is always good in my book.
5, 476. Boy, did she spend 459, 76, 750.
What are you doing, taxes? I just say that because it's tax season right now.
Will you stop pounding around the house? Well, my accountant is coming over, and I've got to get these tax information together.
Haha, that was a lucky guess, guys. That was a lucky guess. And the only reason I said it is because it's tax season.
I never thought I'd get mugged in my own living room.
Roger's thinking.
With what?
With what?
Is it too much to ask for a man to be
Entitled
entitled
to a little
peace
peace
and quiet in his own house? A man's home is his castle.
And I'm the king!
If I'm the king, how come she eats like Henry VIII?
Henry VIII didn't eat that much. He just didn't have a way to work it off after the jousting accident that he had. He was actually very, very skinny in the beginning part of his reign.
Gretchen's coming over. We're gonna study together.
Gretchen, the one I think she is, the one that's always staring at me with that goofy look on her face?
That's Gretchen.
She never says hello. She just stares.
Maybe she thinks you're attractive.
She has a crush on you.
Kara thought that was pretty funny.
I never said 2 words to the girl.
Maybe that's why.
Maybe you should say something to her. That way she'd leave. Stop staring at you.
Roger, say hello to Gretchen.
That's kind of creepy.
Hello, Gretchen. You look very nice tonight, Gretchen. Oh, boy.
Gretchen, you... Over here, Gretchen.
9, 17.
I never got that. The wiping it off on the shirt thing. I wonder where that comes from. Just a thought.
17, 34. Kids, I'm trying to concentrate. Could you switch to bananas?
I don't think you want them to switch to bananas.
And 7, carry your 1.
I'm sorry, but the look she's giving him, it's like, I'm gonna murder you in your sleep. And the way she keeps moving her head too, that's just kind of unreassuring. Or
He's so tall and masculine and mature and everything.
He's an old grouch.
He's not a grouch, he's nasty. Like Humphrey Bogart.
what, in Casablanca? By the way, that movie's on my channel if you guys want to watch it.
Patiently explained to me that he was more than twice my age and happily married, and I took care of it. I understood and I got over it.
That's it. That's what I've got to do.
But is Roger happily married? That is the question.
Carol whipped up some nice milk and cookies. Made those herself. Great baker. Wonderful housekeeper. I tell you, I don't know what I'd do without her. I love her madly. What a wonderful woman.
Chris, would you come in the kitchen with me for a minute? Sure, Carol.
That's a bad idea.
How are things in your world? I'm glad. You're a very nice girl, Gretchen. You really are.
That just made it worse.
I'm glad that Chris has you for a friend, Gretchen. I really am. Say, why don't we sit down and have a talk for Usually so busy when you come over, you don't have a chance to chat. But I'm not busy now. Why don't we have our chat? Okay. You think older men are super, don't you? Yeah, but I'll let you in on a little secret, Gretchen. I've lied to Chris about my age. I've told her I'm 36, but I'm not. I'm closer to 56. Rheumatism, arthritis, bursitis, gastritis, gout. You know, I'm so lucky to have Carol to take care of me during my few remaining years.
This is different from the conversation that they had in the kitchen.
I've got false teeth, you know. You want to see them?
I don't feel like studying anymore tonight.
Oh, that's too bad.
Well, I best be getting back to my paperwork before these old eyes give out.
Don't you think you're overdoing it? Oh, Larry, this is Christine's girlfriend, Gretchen. Gretchen, this is Mr. Porter.
Oh, hi, Gretchen. Nice to see you.
Oh, now it's his problem.
Were you on that cruise ship that sank?
Yes?
You know something?
What?
I think we're the only 2 survivors. The way I figured, we're on this island alone.
Alone?
Yeah. Oh, now don't.
Okay.
No, wait a minute. You should come. Oh, gee.
Animal! Animal! Animal!
Wait.
Don't you try to unleash your animalistic passions on me! For all I know, you could be Jack the Ripper!
No, I'm Fred the plumber. I had a.
Yeah, that would be an amazing thing. It would be like 100 years at this point since Jack the Ripper. I'm not sure when he died, but I know it was around 1865 when he was active.
We got to build a signal fire here in case a rescue ship comes by.
We'll never be rescued!
Oh, sure we will.
I'll just die here on this island! I'll be nothing but a bunch of bleached bones in the sand! I know it! Do you hear me? I needed that!
I'm going to take charge here. I'm the man. And I'm also a Boy Scout. Troop 33, Cleveland, Ohio, Chipmunk Patrol. I know how to find food, and I know how to find wood for shelter. Just stick with me, and you'll be all right. Okay, let's move out. I found wood.
I found wood.
Oh, Peter. Oh, gee, I'm sorry. Are you all right?
It's only dislocated.
Yeah, well, now don't
It's only dislocated.
look for anything dry that we can burn.
Okay.
Hopefully you guys can find a rum stash. And then in the morning when she wakes up, or in the morning when he wakes up, he can say, why is all the rum gone?
There you go. There. You want me to save a couple for splints?
Oh, yeah.
Plenty of turtle eggs on these islands. All you gotta look for is a rock. They bury them in the sand underneath the rock.
Oh, there's a rock.
I'll go to it.
Watch it be a snake.
Oh, boy, here it is. All right, you just hang on to that.
Oh!
Broken?
I'll reset it later.
Yeah.
I'll reset it later.
Hey, look! Look! I found eggs! I found eggs!
Those are rocks.
I found rocks! I found rocks!
That's all right. Save them. They'll make good roughage.
Yeah, good. Here's some coconuts. At least we can drink the coconut milk. Just stand back. I'll break one of these open.
You know, don't you think it'd be better if you try to break it open on this sharp point
Oh.
right there?
You're gonna break a finger now too?
Ship comes, I hope you see it first. I won't be able to point.
There could be a wild boar or something in there.
Yeah. I won't go in. You go.
Yeah, well, you wait here. Here I go now.
Here I go now.
Help!
Are you all right? That was really nice of you, going in there all by yourself just to protect me.
Yeah,
You're
well.
kind of nice.
Well, gee, thanks.
I felt something a moment ago.
You did? Well, next time I'll pull my punches.
Well, golly, in all my 19 years, I've never been alone with a man before.
Well, neither have I. I've never been alone with a girl before. Except once, of course, at our high school prom. We went up to Lover's Lane afterwards. But we were in separate cars. We hooked bumpers, but, you know, that's not...
We hooked bumpers.
One time I tried to get on the dating game.
What happened?
They sent me over to Mission Impossible. My name is Charlene Frisbee.
Charlene Frisbee. Yeah. That's a beautiful name, Charlene. Then you get to Frisbee and it goes downhill, but...
What's your name?
Fred Partridge.
Fred Partridge.
Yeah.
Partridge. And
Like a partridge in a pear tree. There you go. That's what I was about to say.
A lot of that.
Yeah, I do. I hate it.
I would imagine you do.
You busy tonight?
I don't think so.
Yeah. Do you believe in premarital hand-holding?
If the couple is going steady.
Yeah. Guess we're going steady.
Guess we're going steady.
What every other couple on a deserted island does. I mean, look for a bottle and put a note in it and throw it in the ocean.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna help.
Over here.
Yeah.
Hey, there's already a note in it.
Oh. It's a pop bottle.
Bad joke, bad joke.
It's for you.
Oh. Once in the morning does it, the green Fanta.
I didn't catch what she said. Something about a green Fanta.
Lovely girl and a marvelous singer, and this is her third appearance with us, Miss Gloria Loring.
Yeah, that one I actually didn't remember if we had her on the show or not. It's been a long time.
Mr. Soupy Sale.
Have we had him on the show before? But there is no questions this time around. Questions being asked or anything like that with the audience. That tells me that we need all the time we can get.
During the years my sister Chris lived with us, she had lots of boyfriends coming to the house, and Roger seldom paid much attention to any of them unless he thought there was at least a 10% chance they might be interested in marriage.
That's going to be an interesting conversation.
Popcorn, candy, cookies, potato chips, fruit. Who's coming over?
A very nice boy. He's a college freshman.
He's lucky. You won't have to eat again until he's a senior.
That's funny.
What's his name?
Chubby.
Chubby. Wouldn't you know it? What's wrong with Piggy? Was he busy tonight?
Here, honey, in case you and Chubby get hungry later on. Oh,
When did you get here?
Go where?
out. They're entitled to a little privacy.
Well, okay, lock her in the cellar.
What does his dad do?
He makes auto parts.
Well, look, call Chubby and tell him to steal 2 wheels and a motor. He's taking you out.
I like that. 2 wheels and a motor.
His father must be Franklin Harris, the industrialist?
That's him.
Oh, gee. I'm surprised Roger didn't pick that up.
The
did.
Harris Auto Parts?
He picked it up.
Wait a minute, Carol. We just can't run out on our sister when our sister is having a date without properly greeting our sister's date in a manner properly befitting our sister.
Our wife is getting sick to our stomach from...
Again, that's a line that I would, or a sentence I would like to have diagrammed.
Here, pretend you know how to read. We'll make a good impression.
Pretend you know how to read.
Hello, son. Sit down. Make yourself comfortable. My house is your house. Play much polo?
Who's on a date here?
Oh, I tell you, she's such a domestic type of a girl. Girl, what am I talking about? She's practically a woman. Will you get a look at...
Roger,
That's a complete overhaul job if I ever saw one.
will you quit fawning over that boy? You're so obvious, it's ridiculous.
What are you talking about? Well, I'm only thinking ahead for her good. After all, just because you didn't marry well, there's no reason she shouldn't. That didn't come out right.
Yeah. Yep. Didn't come out that right.
Young to even think of marriage.
Well, he can put down a $10,000 deposit. We'll hold her.
What is it with you tonight?
Carol, look, my aunt must have told me 1,000 times. It's just as easy to fall in love with a rich boy as a poor one.
Why'd she tell you?
She had to. She didn't have a daughter. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you're putting your foot in your mouth, I think.
This cake is great, Mrs. Bradford.
Glad you like it. Chrissy baked it herself, didn't you, Chrissy?
No.
No.
How do you like that? Not only a great cook, but honest, too.
Roger, I'm going to count to 3 and then I'm going to scream. 1.
Oh, well, he's going to make some girl a fine, rich husband, right?
Wrong. 3.
What do you mean, wrong?
He's not rich. His father's rich.
Well, it's the next best thing.
His father disinherited him, and Chubby doesn't care.
Disinherited? Disinherited? Quick flash!
I like that. That was good.
Say goodnight to Porky the Pauper.
His grandfather left him almost $2 million.
You had to go tell him that.
2 million?
$2 million.
Oh, Chubby, old buddy, there's some cranberry sauce right next to the
I wonder what that
turkey.
would be today. So now I think Roger is up 1 from Carol. I lost count.
There was a book called Valley of the Dolls. It was all about show business, sex, alcohol, pills, scandal, and sex. Naturally, it became a bestseller. It also became a motion picture.
Yeah, sex sells. Valley of the Dolls.
I'm fed up with Hollywood. I'd like to just quit.
You can't quit now. You're a big star, a big talent, a big lush.
Thanks, Anne. You're my only real friend.
Neely, you've been drinking again.
I'm a superstar, but nobody loves me.
Everybody loves me, but only because of my fabulous figure. I have perfect teeth, flawless skin, beautiful hair.
And black roots.
I was a stunning brunette.
Yes, and you've got great breath.
Everybody tells me that.
My agent said I'll be another Kate Smith.
Not on my bed, you won't.
I don't know what she's referring to, but I have an educated guess.
But you have no inner beauty.
That's not true. I've seen her x-rays.
I only posed for them because I needed the money.
I made $2 million last year. And did it bring me happiness?
Did it?
A little.
Yeah, a little bit would actually help.
I've never even had a little happiness.
You never even had a little hickey.
My problem is nobody loves me.
My problem is all I am is a body.
I have both problems.
You've got great legs.
No, I haven't. Why do you think I sit like this?
There's only one sensible thing for me to do.
What?
Call the drugstore and order an overdose of sleeping pills.
Get me a jar of dippity-doo.
Well, you girls can go ahead and destroy yourselves with your pills, but I'm getting out. Yes, I'm going to leave Hollywood and get away from the lying and the cheating and the lust.
Where are you from?
Peyton Place.
Doesn't register with me. I don't know what Peyton Place is or where that is.
The bridal suite. How do you like it?
Well, come on in. Right this way, folks.
I like that he always plays the bellhop or servant.
Well, I guess that about does it.
Oh, you're not leaving?
Smith, Joe Smith.
Oh, what an unusual name.
Offbeat.
Say, how would you like some champagne, huh?
Oh, that's a wonderful idea. I'll run to the supermarket and get some.
Oh, no. I'll be back in a jiffy.
I'll be back in a jiffy. Been a while since I've heard that saying.
Look, Charlene, a color television set.
Oh!
Imagine a television set in a bridal suite. I bet it's never been turned on.
I guess I'd better slip into something comfortable.
Okay.
Not to be mean or anything, but that cat does look uncomfortable.
Stanley, Mr. Marmaduke, do you think...
And those heels too, by the way, look uncomfortable.
That's funny! I think maybe we were a little too hasty.
Well, what do you mean?
I mean, we were only engaged for 3.5 years. We're practically strangers.
Now, that's silly. You go change it, and we'll have some champagne, and we'll talk. Wow!
Stanley, that's the first time I ever heard you talk dirty.
My dear Charlene, you look lovely, breathtakingly lovely. You old smoothie. I don't remember him at the wedding.
Shame on you, Charlene. That's what you get for getting your ears pierced.
Yeah.
Good night.
That's easy for you to say. You can go home.
Pardon me, miss, but I've never been kissed by a real live girl.
So you have had experience with the doll then?
For nobody till somebody loves you. Put your arms around me, honey. Hold me.
I was gonna say, how many shots are you gonna do before you just take the bottle?
Well, here I am.
You look nice, Stanley.
Stanley. Why is it always Stanley?
You want some champagne?
Well, I will if you will.
At least you left some.
To the woman I love.
To your mother.
Do you know how many times a hummingbird flaps its wings to make a hum?
No, but why does that matter?
50 flaps a second.
How about that? I'll bet he's black and blue at the end of the day.
We never talked about this. Which side of the whatchamacallit do you sleep on?
How should I know?
She does kind of have a point.
I think I'll turn in.
Okay. You still have your coat on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gonna sleep in your coat? What is that, the Bible?
Well, aren't you gonna say your prayers?
If I thought it would help, I would. It's been such a busy day, I think I'm just gonna go right to sleep.
Sleep with your eyes open?
Stanley, are you all right?
Oh, it's my back. It's my sacroiliac.
Sacroiliac?
It hurts so much I can't even pronounce it.
You know, part of me thought it would actually be separate beds, now that I'm thinking about this a little bit harder.
Here, Stanley, here's a pillow.
Thank you, sir.
And here's a blanket for you.
Thank you.
What's wrong?
Tell me some more about the hummingbird.
Yeah?
That was actually very nice.
I'm so glad we had this time together.
I do kind of like the bow. Yeah, because I do like the color in it, but I do kind of like the bow.
That you were 34 or 40 years old.
You heard that I was 34 or 40 years old? Which am I? Which do you think? 40?
Which do you think, 40? I think she's actually 26 or 27 at this point in time.
Say hello to you, Mr. Peter Lawford.
But she is like 91 right now, so.
He's not only been a lot of fun this week, but he's had a strong influence.
Smoking on television, the good old days when you could smoke on television.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the first annual Carol Burnett fashion show. Lyle, are you back there?
Kind of like the pants, it kind of goes with what the 60s generally would be, or what people think of the 60s as be, with the bright colors and stuff like that.
A humming green on some, green boots, striped green trousers, and a velvet blouse with white lace. Underneath the blouse, he's wearing a Playtex living...
But that doesn't even match, and that's kind of the thing.
This is a his and her outfit, and as you can see...
It kind of clashes together. And I'm no fashion expert or anything, but still, it's just a little bit jarring to see him wear that.
Next, we have Harvey Korman. Harvey is wearing one of the latest creations for men. It's called a jalaba.
Kind of looks like a long dress. I know it's called something different. I know it's not a dress, but still, it's kind of funny. Just to look at.
Model the outfit for it. See the little bell there?
But I do like the orange on the purple glasses there.
The ding-a-ling.
Makes me want to play with my own ding-a-ling. Chuck Berry song.
Notice that both gentlemen are wearing beads, and the beads go with anything, and so do they.
Yeah, beads were very popular in the 60s.
But they're guaranteed to keep you out of the Army. Now, there they are. What do you think of computer dating?
I think it's overrated.
No! No! Keep away from me, you fiend! Go away! Ah!
That actually does sound like Carol.
And so, with the conclusion of another horror theater presentation, we sign off until tomorrow.
Good night and sweet dreams, and don't let the bed bugs bite.
That's the fourth time we've seen that terrible movie. Remember the first time? Well, say, we were really scared. It's just that I wish Roger wasn't away on a business trip, especially on a night like this. So do I.
Why did you watch it in the first place? Because you knew what the weather was going to be.
What was that?
It was a potato chip.
There he goes again.
Same thing. Potato chip.
Let's stay up till it gets light.
Oh, Chrissy, that's ridiculous. We're not children. I'll go in by myself. I'll walk. See? Carol walk to the door. See the door? See Carol walk in?
Run. There you go.
What's that for? Just in case.
Just in case what?
Just in case we want breakfast in bed. It's a weapon, dum-dum.
Carol, they may all go out any minute.
Yes. Let's keep practical and cool. Do we have a Do we have a flashlight?
I do like this whole thing behind the like the TV and then also the lamp here. I do like that.
Tell them the truth. We're scared. No, that won't work. I'll tell them we're lonesome. Oh, Chris, the phone is dead. There's no dial tone. Listen to the no dial tone. Hear the no dial tone. There's no dial tone!
Just go to sleep.
Well, you don't think maybe somebody ripped out the phone wires, do you?
I wish you hadn't said that.
Or just turn something on if you have a way to watch something without actually having it connected to the electricity. I almost said internet, but there's no internet back then.
You'll sleep with me.
You'll sleep with me.
Go right in, Mr. Stanley. She's not expecting me back till tomorrow. I don't want to wake her.
It's awful nice of you to let me sleep over, Bradford.
It's all right. I would want you to drive home at this time of night. Stanley, sit down. I'll make you some coffee.
You're a great pal, Bradford.
Is his name Bradford? I know his name is Roger, but the last name Bradford?
I'll make you some coffee.
That's sweet, Bradford.
I know he's going back out to the car. I just don't know what for. I was talking over it.
Did you hear it?
No.
So did I.
So did I.
The door's open.
He's in the kitchen.
Let's get out of here. There's another one coming back with a burglar kit. Get in here!
I thought only one of them could fit in there. I wonder who's gonna get hit with the kitchen door this time. It just made me think of that.
What was that bong?
Did you hear that, too?
He's gonna have a major headache tomorrow.
Bong. Boy, my head.
Maybe you have a hangover.
Don't be ridiculous, Bradford. You don't get hangovers in the middle of a drunk.
I don't know if that's accurate or not. I don't think it is. And that's why they say to keep drinking to avoid a hangover.
They're upstairs. They're here!
Another bong. I like the shot that they used for that entire sequence right there.
Is my head bleeding?
Yes, it is a little.
Well, I'm gonna go on the wagon. That's the first time I've ever fell while I was lying down.
I'll go get a bandage for your head.
Ah, you're too good to me, Bradford.
Not at all.
No, really, you're too good to me.
Not at all.
Have it your way.
And a third time.
That settles it. I'm gonna take the pledge.
Number 4.
Too late.
I didn't catch what he said.
What happened?
Roger, is that you?
Carol, where are you?
Roger's up 1. Actually up 2 now. Because I believe they were tied even before the 2 episodes. We're in 1908.
Look at this.
Well, he looks like part of an ordinary rubber tree.
No, it's not ordinary. I found a new location down the river. Best rubber trees I've ever seen. Look at this. Plan to crossbreed rubber with silkworms.
What are you going to make?
Support stockings.
Support stockings.
Are you Clive Bentley?
Oh, yes.
Yes, well, I'm Daphne Doolittle, your mail-order bride.
Oh, please come in.
Well, actually, there's 7 cents postage due. You see, I put on a few pounds on the way over.
In all the wrong places, I see.
He does not look amused by that statement. And she clapped for it, so that makes me think it was improvised.
Well, now, if you're going to stay, you might as well meet the servant. This is the maid.
How do you do? How'd you do? You're fired.
You're fired. Yep.
Us just met, and we're going to be married.
Oh, no, we're not. I can never hold another woman close to me like this, or caress her like this, or clutch her to my chest like this.
Do go on.
I can't do it. I can't hold you in my arms and rain passionate kisses on your lips.
Well, then how about a handshake and an occasional hickey?
Well, you're willing to negotiate?
Erase the memory of Charlene. She was so beautiful. Just look at her.
Reminds me of when Amy gave Penny that portrait.
Do you think you could fill her shoes?
It's not her shoes I'm worried about. Tell me, how did she die?
She drowned.
She sank?
No one could replace her.
I could try.
When I came home at night, she'd take off my boots.
Oh.
And then she'd get my slippers.
That's an odd way to take off somebody's shoes for him.
Then what would she do?
Then she'd get my pipe.
Pipe?
And the chill of the night would creep into the house, and she'd throw a log on the fire.
Log on the fire, Lord.
Where is the log?
She'd find a book and read to me.
Diddly diddly dumpty. The cat ran up the plum tree. Half a crown to fetch her down. Diddly diddly dumpty.
My question is, why are you jumping through all these hoops?
You know how much I used to love to watch her dance.
Oh, no.
Oh, she was lovely. But the night grew colder.
I know. She'd get another log.
We'd always want to shut ourselves in from the outside world. So she'd close the shutters. Then she'd come and sit at my feet.
Did she die or run out of plat for me?
I can never forget Charlene. You must leave at once.
All right.
Ah! Oh! Yeah!
Oh, what is it?
It's the jungle fever again. It has a strange effect on me. I love you.
Me, but what about Charlene?
Charlene who?
Your wife, the one with the big shoes.
When I have the gunga boo-boo, I love the one I'm near.
Oh, do you really?
Yes, I adore you. I'm your slave.
Oh, throw another log on the fire. Close the shutters. I'm so glad we had this time together, just to have a laugh or sing a song. Seems we just get started, and before you know it, comes the time we have to say so long.
All right, you guys, we had some amazing skits this time, and basically half of it was Carol and Sis skits, which I've always said are my favorite. And one thing I've noticed about the skits too is that even though they're not doing VIP anymore, they kind of still lump in, different things about like films or politics of the day and that sort of thing. So it kind of gives me a lens to view kind of basically to laugh at kind of what they think of politics during that time or something like that, which is always fascinating to me. Just kind of to see how the general public feels about sentiments other than just reading it in a textbook. And what I mean by that is usually they'll do either, like in the last video that I did, there was senators' wives, and I didn't have any context for that. With this one, we get Valley of the Dolls. And I think that was a take on like a bad movie or something that came out around that time or something like that. Or or a controversial film within the last episode as well. So I just found that kind of interesting. Um, but this one, Valley of the Dolls, just to start it off, um, was kind of in a broad sense, or at least from what I can understand of it, um, is because I don't know the people behind it really, as far as who they're playing off of in real life or anything. But I get the sense that they're playing off of celebrities that would do drugs and do like um, stuff to make them either not eat as much or take pills or something like that, just to kind of um, do kind of um, a satirical commentary, or I'm not sure if I'm using that word correctly, but just kind of make them light of the situation, but also make it light of the situation and make it funny for the general public at large. So I do like it when um, they do that, just because it gives me kind of a lens to view it through, and doesn't always have to be about politics either. It can just be about a movie and or a TV show that was popular, because we have seen Star Trek pop up in this show as well. Leonard Nimoy, for example, showed up in a much earlier episode. So just something to kind of see how um, people in general audience felt about certain things back then. So it's kind of cool to see that played out in this show too. So it's very interesting. Now, um, in that same episode with the dolls, we probably got my favorite skit of um, the Carol and Sis, which was basically Gretchen had a crush on Roger. Gretchen is a friend of Chris's, and uh, we see kind of how that plays out and how that evolves over time. And um, I kind of like that she was just silent and she kept moving forward and forward, especially on the couch. The couch thing is a classic, and how they would, how they use that, especially in um, newer stuff, but also in older stuff. It's just a good way to be comedic and stuff like that when they're, you know, when the girl gets closer and closer to the guy, and then we see kind of the reverse of that when Roger starts talking about all of these um, fake ailments that he has and stuff like that, and have false teeth and that sort of thing, um, which I thought was actually pretty uh, funny, to be honest with you. And I really liked the actress who played Gretchen. I thought her performance was really good, especially with Roger saying that he had false teeth. I really liked the um, expression on her face the entire time, and also the sound that she gave at the end, and basically was trying to run away at that point. It was just very well done. I really liked the sound that she made when she was trying to get away from Roger at the very end there. Um, Her smile reminded me of the the Joker a little bit, but also now that I think about it, it also reminds me of Sheldon from that Big Bang Theory in that Halloween episode too. Of uh, Howard says, "Holy crap, that's terrifying! Try it with less teeth, and that's actually more terrifying than with teeth." So that's kind of that just brought that back when I was editing it. Really didn't mention it during the reaction, but it did pop up in my head when editing it. Um, but that was my favorite Carol and Sis skit of the three that we had in this one. Um, just because um, I really liked that one. Um, thought it was one of the better ones that was well done. My favorite of the three that we're gonna talk about two more. Uh, then we had the ship one shipwreck basically, and honestly, I didn't know where it was gonna go when they first started out because I thought they were gonna do trying to actually get a signal going and that sort of thing. And sure, they tried to do that, but that wasn't really the point of it, um, necessarily. But it was mainly watch Carol get hurt, or Charlene Frisbee, um, I believe was the her name, um, and then they made a joke about it, about him saying, "Well, it kind of goes downhill after Frisbee, but up until that point, you're doing pretty good." Then his name is forget his first name, but I think it's like Fred Partridge and Pear and even I started singing that, and I thought that was pretty funny. Um, and then brings up that she's never been, around a man. He says, uh, neither, neither have I, and or um, something to that effect, and just made me think of basically a blow up doll. Um, just kind of my own sick humor there playing a part in that. But I liked the fact that every time he did something, he would continuously get hurt, and then I made a reference to Captain Jack Sparrow um, movies and stuff in the first movie when they're marooned. But why is all the rum gone? The only one that I didn't add that I wish I would have added was there'll be no living with her after this. Uh, I would have added it if they actually did get rescued or something like that. So um, that would have been very funny to me. Um, but overall, the first episode is episode 26 is a very good episode in my opinion. That sort of thing. And then we had episode 27. Uh, Before we go to episode 27, though, 26 had a song of Carol. Um, I was thinking about making that the thumbnail. Uh, Decided that I'm not gonna do that. Think there's, I think I'd much rather a different thumbnail, and you guys will see that. If well, of course, you guys have already seen the thumbnail if you've um, clicked on this video, but for a long time, that sketch of Carol at the very beginning was going to be the thumbnail until something surpassed it. Um, and actually, there was the drawing of Carol and Gretchen's reaction to uh, what what Roger had said about having false teeth. Then it was going to be the reaction um, or the thumbnail, but I decided not to do that one either. And then there's going to be the one that you guys actually see that it is the thumbnail for this video, just because I think it's a lot funnier. I think so. It's just interesting to me. Um, More interesting, more appealing, more eye catching, and that sort of thing. Just giving you guys my thoughts of basically the kind of the behind the scenes a little bit. Uh, but episode 27 had another Carol and Sis episode. Um, this one had basically Carol bringing, or not Carol, but Chris bringing home a guy, apparently a rich guy who got disinherited by his father. His father was a big time player in the auto industry, what I took from that was was like Harold Ford type person. Um, you know, in the Ford Motor Company, even though uh, it's not directly stated, or because they even mention the Rockefellers. They say that they're even richer than the Rockefellers, but and Roger takes a shine to him when he finds this out. But the son is disinherited. Um, so uh, and then he kind of gives up, and then he finds out that he's got an inheritance from his grandfather for 2 million. I wonder what that would be in today's money. Um, Probably could do the calculation. Would do a adjust for inflation calculator or something, just to see what it would be. But not really that inclined to go digging for it. Um, just kind of curious, but but um, it was all right. I liked this kid. It was, you know, um, kind of I don't want to say predictable, but it was more or less once you find out the main plot of it, it's pretty much predictable at that point. But it was still good, and I still like the execution of it, uh, more or less. Um, and then of course we talked about the Valley of the Dolls already, and here's another thing I just thought of just now, which it also reminded me of Judy Garland and her backstory and stuff like that. I'm not gonna say any more than that, but it just reminded me of kind of just her background and what she went through and stuff like that. I don't know why it did, but it did. It made me think of that. Um, that's good. I believe he had either just passed away or she's still alive at this point. I have to look that up. But for some reason that's good reminded me of uh Judy Garland. Um, Random thought that just comes into my head like that, guys. I was taking a break from editing, and um, stuff like that just pops in my head when I'm working on stuff like this that is older and honestly better than some of the stuff that we got today. But stuff like that, like actors and stuff, and who I know, who I know would have been around then. I tend to think about that stuff whenever I step away from editing episodes and stuff, and just wonder what they're doing around this time. Um, but anyway, that's either here nor there. It was just a random thought I had. Um, so yeah, with Valley of the Dolls, and then we had the uh, we already had the Carol thing, and then there was something else with 27, I think, but I can't quite remember. I think it was actually I do remember. I think it was the honeymoon. Uh, Basically, newlywed couple was basically going on their honeymoon, and they were very, very concerned. They were both very, very nervous about their honeymoon and stuff. And the only thing I'm going to say to that is, and he should, and I will always say this is, whenever you're ready, that's when I'll be ready. We don't have to do anything you don't want to do, and that's what I would tell her, and that's what I say to every single one is we don't have to do anything until you're ready. I want you to feel, comfortable enough around me to be able to, uh, just feel comfortable. Uh, doesn't mean that we have to do, anything on our honeymoon. That could come years later down the line. Uh, but it is kind of funny that uh, they waited, 3 years to uh, finally decide to uh, get married. So it was basically a long engagement. I just found that kind of funny, to be honest. It makes for basically it makes for good comedic timing, and I do like the whole teddy bear bit because I too as well, just because uh, it's a way to project onto the teddy bear and basically have a comfort thing. You're not really comfortable in um, certain situations and stuff, so you can kind of project on if you feel scared or sad or upset or anything like that. Um, that way you can kind of get yourself through it. Um, that way you can be strong for the other, another person or object in this case, such as a teddy bear or something. Basically personifying it. Um, so you, you see kind of a uh, dynamic there. It's just, and this isn't the, I'm not talking about making film or anything. This is just psychology that I'm talking about. Even though I don't have a degree in psychology, it's just one of the things that you see um, in film and TV when it comes to certain topics like this one. I did like the fact that he tried to break the ice twice. Once with the butterfly, and then there was another one earlier on before the butterfly one was even brought up. Um, just trying to make her feel comfortable, make her, feel protected and comfortable in the environment. Um, so, um, and eventually she came around because she wanted to know more about the butterfly after he hurt himself. So I did like the skit overall. Um, the joke about, I bet it's never been turned on was pretty funny, and that was actually I think the first one was just the way to try to break the tension, break the ice. Um, so I did like the skit overall. I do like that the bellhop is he always plays the bellhop or servant. I wish I would see him in more skits because I think him and the guy who plays Roger are actually pretty funny guys. Um, Pretty funny actors, and I wish you know, wish we would see more of them in skits. Even though we do see quite a bit of um, the actor who plays Roger, I just wish we would see more of Harvey Korman, I believe. Um, so, but, yeah. And then we have a third appearances for episode 28, and that is basically they watch a scary movie before they go to bed. Roger's out of town. Roger brings a guy home because he got it back early and they got drunk together. I guess it was a business partner, and I found it pretty funny with the gong, basically the gong, and basically his reaction to stuff, and just saying what happened to him, and um, it sounded pretty funny and stuff like that. But yeah, one of the things I've always heard about being drunk is if you are drunk, to avoid a hangover, just remain drunk. Um, now, I don't know how true that is, but it does seem um, work. Luckily, I've never been drunk enough to actually have a hangover. I'm usually fine the next day, but I don't drink a whole lot. So um, there you go. Um, but I've had enough to be buzzed, but I haven't had enough to actually have a hangover. So, um, kind of interesting. Um, but yeah, I don't know uh, why they decided to watch a scary movie. Um, Seems like a lot of people like to watch that before they go to bed. I'm like, yeah, I don't really need that. I'd rather watch it during the day. Hey, it makes for a good comedy. So, um, and then we had the very last skit, which I found pretty funny as well. Well, kind of funny, kind of not funny. I mean, I found it funny in the sense that, um, you know, most of it was adult humor jokes, especially with, you know, Marlene's big breast and that sort of thing. Um, I just found that very, very uh, funny. They basically put a big picture on the wall, a big painting, and it just reminded me of that episode where Penny from the Big Bang Theory gets, or Amy from the Big Bang Theory gets Penny a portrait painting of them together, and Penny is absolutely repulsed by it. Um, but one thing I will say is that he is a boob man. That's for sure. And that's probably the thumbnail. In fact, it will be the thumbnail because I just think it's kind of funny the way that that shot is. It's a perfect shot for uh, the context of the joke. Um, so I really uh, like that thumbnail for at least the uh, the catch, um, the you guys' eye and stuff like that. So um, that's why I chose it primarily. Um, and then we have a bunch of stuff that Charlene would do, and eventually uh, we find out that it's due to a sickness. They call it Gunga Boo Boo, but it's just jungle fever, which I'm not sure. I know it's a real thing. I'm just not sure what it is. Um, as far as that goes, what it could actually really be. Um, but um, it was all right. I do like. It was a lot of physical running around, back and forth, too quick, and then it it does work. You know, with as many times as she had to go get the logs and then do other stuff in between the log stuff, which I found funny, and then it turns him into basically somebody just, or it turns whoever he's near into a love slave, and so the roles got reversed, that sort of thing. Um, but yeah, the um, real quick, the audience's questions really has some interesting questions. And then the other one was how old she was, and the kid said that she was around 40 or 36. Um, she's actually, I believe I said this in the video, but I think at this point in time she's like 26 or 27, um, given the year. But um, but I believe now she is 91 for now. So kind of interesting. I wonder what she's doing. What she's doing now. If she's doing anything at all, you know, in television or movies or anything like that. Um, you know, read up on her a little bit, but um, yeah, these are just my thoughts on episodes 26, 27, and 28 for the Carol Barnett Show, Part 9. With that, guys, if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, do leave them down in the comments below. I do like reading you guys' comments. I may not respond to everyone, but I do see them. So, just something to keep in mind. Do consider commenting, and subscribing, and I will see you guys next time. And thank you for watching as well. Thanks, guys, and take care of yourselves.